Dear students, this is module number 164 for the subject of strategic human resource management. And in this module, we will continue to talk about what is employee engagement. And as I said in the previous modules, that Khan, who is considered, whose work is considered as a seminal work in the area of employee engagement. When we say seminal, actually it refers to something very central, basic, and most important. For seminal, that has actually something which was invented or which was considered as an important thing, and later people work on something. So seminal refers to something really important in any particular field. So what is employee engagement? Khan work is seminal. However, later on, let's say Alphas et al. 2010, they also conceptualize employee engagement. So how Alphas et al. When we say et al., actually we are referring to some other authors along with the Alphas. So because the Alphas is the first author, so we put his first author name and then et al. For rest of the authors. So Alpha et al. 2010 on page 5, they defined employee engagement as being positively present during the performance of work. Somebody who is an employee at work, he is positively present at work. By willingly contributing intellectual effort. When you are psychologically present at work, you are willing to contribute using your intellectual things or intellectual resources. So, and experiencing both positive emotions and meaningfulness connection with others. So, if you look at this definition, you may find that there may not be a significant difference how Khan has conceptualized employee engagement and how Alphas et al. Have conceptualized employee engagement. They are saying that it is a positively somebody is present at work. In other words, some authors they also say that employee engagement is when employees bring their head, their hearts, and their hands at workplace. Think about it. If you have been working in an organization, if you are a supervisor in an organization, you might be a line manager in an organization, and if not, you might have observed when you are receiving any customer service. You might have visited a bank and you have an interaction with an employee of that bank. Did you notice? Did you try to observe whether that employee has brought his hands, his head, and his heart at workplace as well? Very less likely. Most of the employees only brings their hands at workplace. That is, they are physically present. Mentally, they are thinking about other things. They are not investing that energy in their work or in their job task. So Alphas et al. Definition is very similar to Kant's definition. So according to this view, engagement has three facets, very similar to what Kant has identified. That is intellectual engagement. And if we talk about intellectual engagement, on the other hand, Kant has very similar to this. Can you recall what it is? That is cognitive engagement. I said when we talk about the cognitive, we are talking about something related to your intellect or your mind or your brain. So intellectual engagement or the propensity to think hard about work task. When employees keep on talking and keep on thinking, in other words, when employees keep on thinking about their job, how good I'm doing, how bad I'm doing, how can I improve my job, how can this executed in a better way or in a better fashion. When you are responding your customers promptly and politely, so you are actually investing your intellectual resources, and might be more intellectual work is required. So we say that intellectual engagement is the propensity to think hard about work tasks. But the question is, do your employees have the intellectual propensity? Because when we talk about the propensity, it is something which naturally, whether you have or don't have. So because you see that people vary in their intellectual level, and that can be measured through the most famous measure, that is intelligent quotient. You call that IQ level. So employees with a greater IQ, definitely they are the better source, but they may not invest their intellectual capital or intellectual resources at work. So this is one dimension, so intellectual engagement or the propensity to think about work tasks. And second is affective engagement or experiencing positive emotions, relations to work, such as enthusiasm. So very similar to the Kant's definition and Kant's conceptualization of employee engagement, affective engagement refers to what? Affective engagement refers to, in Kant's relation, in terms of emotional engagement. When you are emotionally engaged with your job and you feel that something I'm doing is interesting, something I'm doing is really enjoyable. So social engagement is the last concept or last factor in the alpha's definition, or discussing work related improvements with colleagues. So that is a social engagement. This is slightly different from, or this factor in the alphas et al.'s definition is slightly different from Kant's definition, because Kant talked about the emotional, the cognitive, and physical engagement. So social engagement is slightly different in addition to the theory of employee engagement. Thank you.